Edward Stevenson with TimelessWealth.net, and the following will be technical analysis on popular incorporated stock symbol BPOP. What I'd like to do here is assume that Tuesday's trading session hasn't occurred yet and draw in a key resisting trend line that I believe many traders, whether they be day traders or swing traders, are watching for a buy signal. Now I drew in this resisting trend line at 240 per share or so based on the high coming off of this period right here. You can see it posed resistance and the price pulled back to a low of in and around 170 per share before Tuesday's trading session. Now here's where we get rid of this trend line right here, and as you can see the price broke above it, giving off not only a buy signal but a sign of strength, given the fact that we saw above average volume frequent the market and support this rally in price. So here we are, and you're probably thinking, well, what now? What happens now? Where do we go? How do things work out? If you look at this chart from the big picture, and we'll take a look at the yearly chart, you can see that this key breakout mark actually dates back to a period back in late August, early September. This peak right here where the price bumped its head on 240 or so per share and retraced slightly. And it was not until I believe a few trading sessions afterwards, let's say mid-September, where the price did break above it and we saw some strength in the market as the price rallied above 280 per share. That's quite evident on this chart. It was definitely above 280. So what's caught my attention rather with this chart is the fact that we're seeing something very similar to this period right here. Coming off of Tuesday's trading session, we see this key mark being tested once more back in this period. It doesn't hold, we see a pullback in price, and once the market rallies and finds strength, we see a breakout on above average volume. As you can see, this period right here, this breakout in September came on above average volume, that bar right there. So what I am proposing happens now is one of two things: either the market further tests new highs and rallies, or it consolidates and then pulls back to test this breakout trendline at 240. You can see that during this period right here, the price didn't just take off following that trading session. In fact, the following trading session it pulled back and consolidated. And in fact, in a few trading sessions that followed, namely this one right here, the price actually pulled below 240 to test the strength of this once key breakout level. So the bottom line here is the fact that the price must hold 240 for this to be a true technical breakout. We'd like to see it hold above 240 at least one more session before it goes down and tests any marks below that. Before I go on to analyzing resisting levels going forward in the event the market rallies, I'd just like to note a neat little trend that I spotted here on the chart. So we had a resisting level off of this high right here, one here and another here, and we formed almost a downtrend, if you will. If use another trend line like that, you can see we clearly formed a downtrend. However, and in any case, whether you choose to join that trend line or another one looks something like this, which would make this a falling wedge or bullish chart pattern, we can see that the price clearly broke to the upside, and this is what I wanted to mention prior to that. So let's just zoom back into the 6-month chart. You can see that this breakout right here, this trading session, in fact this very trading session, had above average volume very similar to Tuesday's trading session, which broke on strength. So the reason I wanted to mention that is just to illustrate the fact that this chart is quite easy to identify. It's quite easy to indicate where supporting and resisting levels lie. Of course, as I mentioned, 240 is a key supporting level for this so-called play to still consist in this market. However, going forward, we're looking at resistance at this mark right here. So I would say it's that peak. So let's just zoom back in and see where that is. The high coming off there was 268. So 268 is the next resisting level. As you can see, the price try to rally in and around that mark. The high on this trading session was 265, but obviously, as you can see, it didn't even reach that mark. Found minor resistance just prior to that. Let's just say it was in and around this mark right here. But in any case, major resistance at 268, support at 240, as well as if we take a look at the longer term chart again, we're looking at resistance at the peak coming off of this period right here. So I think that would be let's say 290 per share. So major resistance 290 per share, and following which we can see a nice breakout is very possible, and the test of these highs is very realistic. So in any case, looks like a very interesting chart, definitely one you want to keep on watch, especially when you see above average volume pouring into a market as it breaks out from a technical perspective. Once again, this was Edward Stevenson with TimelessWealth.net. I encourage you to visit my site, TimelessWealth.net, and join my free newsletter for overlooked trading and undervalued investment ideas. What my site offers members is all sorts of articles and publications, market commentary, as well as educational materials, all available for free, given that you're subscribed to my newsletter. So definitely a resource you want to take advantage of. Once again, that's TimelessWealth.net. Thank you for listening.